parts have arrived, so it's VW bus time. Well, I did get an order in to get these little bushing parts, which it does require 2 of them. So basically take the time and finish up the restoration of this full shifter rod and bushings replacement. So there's 2 of these little plastic bushings on the full shift rod, and it basically goes the full length of the vehicle. And I wanted to take the time to actually take it apart and clean it up, and I'm happy I did, because I found the 2 rubber booties that I needed to order and replace. So now I'm gonna get some cameras set up, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on placing this rod back in. So I'm gonna have to make sure I get out some of my nylon gloves, because time to play with grease. It's time to play with grease. All right, so we're crawling down here, and I've got some other cameras going so we can get some other angles, but I have to get this pole back into position up on top of the transmission. And then I will go ahead and probably just show you from the other camera angle. So I'm going to try to get this fed back in now. So we got it slid in a little bit. Now I want to be able to grease that. Got some grease on there. Let's see if we can slide down here. Slide this pole in more. Alright, so here's how you can see I've got it slid up to the point now. So I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on and add some grease to this. We're going to slide this in, and I'm going to see if I can pull this forward enough to be able to put this boot on without having the dry to go through those tight little holes there. That's where we're at. That thing definitely is feeling way better in that. Alright. It's all nice and clean still. Point. Still got quite a bit of ways to go. Let's go ahead and add some more of this here. Oh man, so I'm hoping you can see me on this one here, but what I'm doing is packing this grease. Change your angle here a little bit, and hopefully that's working out a little more in our favor. Well, I'm bringing it over here. So you can kind of see up in here, I'm packing grease into these bushings here, and that is sliding into that there. So that's kind of what we're working on here. Can I get a rubber piece in here through that without tearing it to get to here? Or am I able to push this all the way up? I don't think I am. I think I have to slide this on all the way from back there, which in itself seems very tedious. So I'm going to go ahead and totally grease. I have some grease on my fingers, so I'm greasing up this rubber bushing now, and I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to snake this over this thing or not. I guess this is where we find out. Okay, so now we're up here under the front, and you can see here where the pole is actually coming through, and back there, I think I can get some lighting better for you. Back above that, see, you can see that there. That's where I'm going to put this other bushing at. So I'm going to work on getting this done up here, and I've got an action cam, so I don't have to hold this camera. So we're probably going to record with that. So here we go. This video gets it. So basically, I've removed the shifter linkage from the top. So I'm going to pop this out, and now this pole is completely free. I'm going to pop this plastic piece out because I don't believe this is the one that needs to go in there. And this one will hold it tighter in place. Because this one I don't think is the right one for this. Because I put this one in. Because it didn't have one at all, but I put this one in, and I don't think that that is tight enough. So let's
like 2 or 3 guys,
put it in this way.
I was surprised when I killed the guy in there.
real jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for taking out that guy. We didn't want him on.
And then cut. That seems way better than that. So that's all done. And let's slide back. And I'm going to attach these poles together. Alright, I just finished doing the front assembly of the shifter linkage. And just from my grabbing a hold of the actual shifter rod and moving it around, there is no play now in the shifter rod. That was definitely needed. All the pieces are in, the new pieces of rubber are on the poles. That impossible task that I thought of the back side, I was able to get it on, but I will have to get new squirrel cages. Now that I've got these out and I'm looking at them for the back connection that connects to the transmission, it seems like these are all cracked up. So I will have to replace those. So what I'm probably gonna do is finish reinstalling the shifter, and then I may go ahead and put the transmission back up in place, and I may have to finish that cage later. So I'll probably move on to messing with the engine. Okay, I've got the transmission itself mounted right back in. I've got these bolts back in place. I just used the jack to kind of lift it back up into place. I do have to work on attaching the bolts on the front of the transmission, and then this will be back in place. So we still have the inside of here to all work out. So I will be cleaning all this up, but one more step closer. Oh, I do have to replace the starter. So I am gonna have to heat the bolt up to be able to get that off. I tried to get it off, but I don't want to round the bolt off, so more to come on that fun stuff, but making progress. Now, I had both jacks in play to hold that transmission up. So now all we have to do is get this piece mounted back in place, and then we'll work on getting the replacement parts for the little squirrel cage. Then we'll be able to mount that back into place as well. Is it this one that I have loaded up? Nope.
And then you should be able to
Good dog.
Yeah. We could do that, yeah.
We are having to tighten this back up.
Yeah. And it was also
Alright.
Oh, wait, no, that's just for.
That's nice and tightened up. All that. We got that accomplished. We got the transmission back in because went ahead and fixed the shifter bushings, which, and I have to say right now that the shifter already feels so much better with just what I've done. So getting the new cage parts here and then attaching it is going to work out perfectly for what I needed done. This is perfect. Well, it has been some time. We got the parts, so we now can actually replace the parts here in the actual squirrel cage, which on this one has this little plastic and then the rubber joining in. You can kind of see it there, but it's all split up. Plastic pieces are now going to be replaced with these here. So let's go ahead and get this in, and that'll be the transmission back in place, so I can push this back for something real quick. Okay, so I have this pack, which I was able to pick up from my local bug shop, Baggerly's VW. Great little shop. He has parts, and he is trying to sell them all out, so if you're in need of some bug parts, definitely hit him up. So these will fit perfectly right in place again. As perfect as you can be, I guess. I have to more than likely squish these into place, so we're going to do that over on the vise. So I'll get those pieces out, so these basically go in here into this cage. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pressed in. Alright, so we got the replacement parts here, and I'm going to use it here on my vise. So let me get my last project out, and I should probably get a rag so I don't maybe leave impressions on the sides. I think I got a rag. Yeah, I got a rag sitting right there. Alright. So I think I'm only going to do one at a time. I probably didn't need to crank it open that far. I don't really want to hurt the metal at all. I'm trying to have something on the metal so it can all crush together if I go the right way. I got it kind of lined up. Again, do this at your own risk. This is for entertainment purposes only. I think my stick is giving too much. So I see a place where I can push. I guess I can use this. Overkill. Well, it doesn't go easy. It's starting to go. Keeping the pressure on it. Go back and reassess. I probably don't need the wood stick now that I'm working on it. May have ended up cocking it to the side a little on me. I do want to have the rag over it though. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna flip it over because I need to push this top corner in. It's definitely gonna fight. The end is definitely a fight. So I gotta put you down this way. Don't seat as well as the ones in the plastic, I guess. Okay, now that I got it this far, I could probably use that hammer there to finish settling the corner. That is in there. I even took a little bit of rag with it. Those are in, so that one's in. It's time for this side. My goodness. These things are a super snug fit, man. I wonder if, so maybe I should take a little bit off the edges there to get those to fit in well. At least to start. I think on this one, I'm gonna nip these sides. We have flipped it over, and we're going to very delicately nudge it in. I took a little bit off of the corners, and we're gonna see slowly but surely press this in. So we pushed it in a little bit. Let's take it back up. Focus on the corner. See, because this side's going in good, so let's focus on top here. Equal pressure. Wow, that one went in really well. Do it again on this side. Down a little bit. That is be our new bushings in place. So now that centerpiece, now that snakes through there, and that all pulls it all together. Very, very interesting. Now to under the VW. So I have my hat on under here, and we are getting up into this spot here with this little tiny mechanism. So this is going to go up in here. How does it even go in there? Did I squeeze this too tight to fix that? Is that purposefully a pain in the butt? I think by putting those in, I may have squished that. So now I need to separate it again. For that to fit on there by a little bit. I will be right back. I guess I should have put something in there. That should have done the trick. That did the trick. Let's put that in there. Let's pull this out so we can see the whole line up. I want to slide that up. Down for a second. This is very difficult to get back on. So I want to get all of this really on there well. Back where it was. Maybe. Get there eventually. Okay. I'm gonna slide myself up in here. Okay. The next part is this little screw combination that goes through the pole and feeds. Man, this is gonna be a chore too. Okay. Alright, so we need to pull out on that. And this needs to slide back a little bit. Rotate it around, see if I can get it on this side. Yep, there it goes. Alright. In there. Let's see if we can get this straightened up. There we go. And it's a little bit of play. Let's get this pocket screw back in so it doesn't rotate out on me. that's locked in. So we'll check that in a bit. Now we want to get this. Get a VW bus. It'll be fun. Haven't up in months. Tell you what, this link out here then. Whoa! My bike's are right now. We're gonna have. I, for some reason, don't have any regular spray, so put this lubricating spray in. See if this will help at all. What? There we go. A little bit of juice on there. A little bit of juice on this side. There we go. A little bit of juice. A rag. Wipe it off here. Wipe it off the surface level. Alright. See if that'll help us slide it in. This, my friends, will take a while. So how? I think I got to get it in pretty far. Oh wait, am I close enough to where it'll actually grab? Oh boy. Let's see. That's why that thing is so long. It actually grabs. That is exactly why. Jeepers. So you only have to get it so far, and then you should actually be able to drag it in the rest of the way. Oh man. German engineering, right? VW. Oh, and I have enough lubrication up there. It seems to be rolling pretty smooth. I keep my hand probably in the way. Looks like it's sliding right in. I see that side getting shorter. Wow, this is great. It is all the way in. And it bottoms, I think, yep, there it is. It bottomed out. This isn't the same as this, is it? Kinda is. Gotta get that safety wire for this. Oh, it is it. Look at that. So I can get at it from the side. That is set. I believe that's set good. I don't think it needs to go any tighter. That is snug. And the safety wire. I can put the safety wire in there so that doesn't pull out. That is in. That completes the transmission and everything being put back in. That's new bushings on the shifter and the rod. All of that's done. Let's go inside the cab and see how much better this is. So we're getting into the bus now for the first time, and I do have the shifter connected and it's all set up, but we're gonna really see how the feel is. So I'm gonna set this camera down and then we'll be talking to this one here. So it's a long time coming, and oh, it is, the shifter is way better than it ever was. It's actually nice and tight. You can find all the gears. Oh my goodness. There's reverse. There's first, second, third, and fourth. And this is like before it would go all over the place. Now I can put it in first gear. We're gonna definitely got to clean the reverse plate up and probably do a little bit of adjustment, but going into first and second gear, there's not nearly as much play as there used to be. This is very similar to my bus, or to my bug, the way my bug was. So just running through the gears, and we're gonna have to adjust that one to make sure third gear and everything works, but that was worth it. Like, makes a huge difference. On to more.